pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do.
Okay, Coach, well, the holiday rush, that's in full swing in nearby Manhattan, but we've got football here 8 miles west at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 90 Wolf. 54 Mike. Let's go. Check it out, Reed. Pilot, 64. Weak. Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Harrison. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
First carry for James Conner. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready? 57, Mike 57. Hey, defense, let go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Harrison. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
57, Mike 57. Bravo. 50.
Throwing on 1st down. Harrison finds his running back, James Conner. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
What you got?
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
First down. First and 10. 45 yards line. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Bell so light on his feet, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A shotgun snap for Newton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Here we go. Shoot! 20.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ready? Gun. I got one. No. Off. That's
3rd and 2, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To the air again, Newton. And he will find his man on the outside. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Okay, I'm not so great at math. I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch twins. Check. Protein spill. Hey, Echo. Mike 54. Shoot.
Back to throw. Harrison. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At their 48-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Yeah. 57 to Mike. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Watch twitch. 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, team 6. Team 6. 57's the mic. Rock 57. Now.
2nd and 3. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the gun on 3rd down, Harrison. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say, when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Go, go, go. Check 8. Check 3. Check 4. Check 4.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Lucky. Oh, yeah.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And some space here. Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jets will extend their lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. Harrison, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Harrison. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hey, Delta. 57. Mike, 57. Hey, watch the slant. 50. Go.
Looking to throw. Harrison. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Newton now to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 21 yards away. And the Jets will extend their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run here with Connell. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Go, go. 57's the mic. Rock 57.
To throw on 2nd down. Harrison, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
That's trash. That's trash. Hey, what's that? What's that? Check Mike 54. Let's go.
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Check 52's the mic. It's a party now. It's a party now.
After the penalty, it's Bell. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming for you. You mom.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
What's that? Look at it. Oh, yeah. Great. Here we go again.
They'll try the air now with Newton. His throw incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Mike's 54.
Hey, Mike's 7. Be grip.
On 1st down, Harrison. And he's got room. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Let's get the ball.
Throwing after the interception. Harrison. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, what's that? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now.
2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, zoom.
57 to Mike. Mike 57. Tighten up.
On the bye.
From the gun on 3rd down. Harrison, he'll get that one complete to Connor. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he will push forward and pick up the 1st down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. I got you.
To throw on 3rd down, Harrison. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ty Long now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
That's it. Look at it. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, Greg. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Short. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Express. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. Let's go, Mike. Hey. Mike 50. Hey, tight.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 50, Newton. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Express! Gun. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. 20. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
To throw again. Newton. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now a play fake here on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Push him back. Push him back.
The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We got to step it up. Check. Check hot route. Hot, hot.
To throw is Newton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
52's the mic.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got
20. Mike 52.
From the 39, Newton. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Cam's going to run the option right. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's it. 180. 52. I'm coming.
Play action. It's Newton. Steps away. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Ready. 180. Ready. Double tight, double tight. Hey, hey, hey. Ready.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And some room to work. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
What's that? 180. I don't think you got it, son. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Out, out, out. 3 down. 3 down. Out, out.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Baby.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Bound to lose one.
On 2nd down now. It's Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Ready? Go 80.
52. Bandit.
Gun.
Now Cam, option left. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood.
Here I come again.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Watch the screen.
Back to throw. Harrison. It got his man complete.
That's it.
A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Now.
From the gun, Harrison. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. P.J. Williams with a pick. Johnson was the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on 1st down. Bell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
22. Jet. Down.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the Packers' 27-yard line.
Ready. Check 80. Come off the ball. Hard. Watch tight end. Hey, hey, hey. We got three. We got three. Three down. Three down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Newton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Set. 180. Mike got 2. All right, T. Let's. All right, T. Check, 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 check.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Hurry, hurry.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Harrison. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
We got this.
At their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They'll go again with Bell. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Jets on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run with McCaffrey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
57's the mic. Watch 57. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Off play action. Harrison making the catch. It's Winfrey. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Off the play fake. Harrison. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Rashawn Gary has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Harrison. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Mike 54. Mike,
look at me. Zipper. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch the
throwing on 3rd and long. Harrison. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
At their own 40-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quinnen Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw from his end zone. Harrison. Open man is Winfrey. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Hey, check Mike 57.
On 1st and 10, Harrison. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Hey, 1 set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, tackle. Let's go.
Throwing again. Harrison. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 57.
Check.
57 to Mike.
On 3rd down, Harrison. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Jets, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.